Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Well, look who the hell is back. It's Tracy. Are you ready for the word salad of the day? I know you guys have been missing her mumbo jumbo word salad, so let's take a listen.
I did take a few weeks off, and then I got back to family's house and took a few weeks to sit and catch up, and oh my goodness, I'm so over it. I graduated from being mom and having all the chaos every morning or before bed, and always keeping up at the house after everybody and doing all the things that I'm like, I graduated to grandma, never again do I have to do this. But it's even harder at somebody else's house, because you have their rules and how they're raising their children by, and I cut my bangs and I did it way bad. Look at that, it's too short. But abiding by how somebody else does it is kind of like trying to walk around and figure out how to mimic them. And I don't know, I'm not.
So, for those who have watched Tracy for a while, and I mean like for the past year maybe, you already know what this is going to lead up to. In my opinion, Tracy's ready to roll out of there. Okay? So I'm thinking maybe sometime towards Christmas. She might even wait till after Christmas. Okay? She's going to say that she's had an issue with her daughter. They can't get along and she needs to leave. And I'm telling you, she's going to leave whether that van's ready to roll out of there or not.
I am me, and I have graduated from having to watch all the P's and Q's because of the influence on the little ones that I'm raising, and all the outside hoopla that is associated with all of the being an adult and raising the children. Oh, I have a braid in my hair. My finger keeps getting caught. But being grandma gives you a little bit slower time. And after all my surgeries and things like that, that's kind of how my life goes. It's just a bit slower than before. Can't really run circles after the children like okay. That feels a little better. Hello, everybody. All right, let's see if I have anybody left. Anyway, I'm here at family's house, and my daughter has been cooking some of the best homemade food. I mean, like spot on, perfect, beautiful, savory. I don't eat meat, but I get to try all the other things. And so it has been really healthy for me to be here and eat so much. Working on the van has gone a bit slower than I thought. I'm always like, I like to, there's the idea, here it is in the physical right now, and that's just not how things go. So I put insulation in most of the walls back here. So I pulled the walls out and I bought a foam board insulation, and then I put it all around the bottom. I still need to move the vanity over here. Oops, shoot. Gonna mess up my holder here. I have to move the vanity to get behind the wall on this side, and you can definitely feel a breeze coming through it. I was hitchhiking and in a backpack. Well, I graduated to a rolling suitcase so that I didn't have to carry everything because my spine wouldn't do it. Oh. Did I fix it? I hope I fixed it. Looks like it might be freezing right now. That's not good. Okay, looks like we're back. So if I'm frozen, it's not going to make a very good live. I had to figure that out. Anyway, I've been working on the van. We got the back window replaced so far. We have 2 brand new back tires on it and 2 walls of insulation so far. So I am working on the van and getting myself out of here and back on my journey. It seems to me like energy-wise, being here is more of a helping out and giving someone a break of what would normally be going on and chaotic, and having an extra hand sometimes is good. But whenever I'm out on the road and I'm able to interact with people and get to know each other, and we have that repertoire and it lifts our spirits to be able to do so. There's no expectations. It's just one person meeting another person, and then you have conversation. And I get so much information about how our society is doing and how others got to where they are just by sitting and talking to somebody. And a lot of times nowadays, it's kind of like everyone's got such... So if you're outside of that way, it's like you're not doing it right. The problem is here, you are not doing it right. See how we're all doing it? This is right. See how you're doing it? Not right. And so it's like, how can somebody carve out a new path to, even if they're doing everything right, that they're not trying to take advantage of anybody, they're speaking truth and going in as truth being the wind that carries them. Even if they're doing it the right way, which is do no harm to others unless you're defending those that are less that are vulnerable. And so even if they're following the golden guideline here, like, it seems like there is an attack on that way, no matter who the person is or the path that they're walking in this way. If it's different than the cattle gate of this is right, that is not in here, so you're not right, then it's just simply wrong. Whether this person is doing it in good faith, walking with spirit, and trying to, just because someone is not in a place, like, life beats everybody down, and we've experienced it because we're adults, and so we've all been through something that has taken us to a brink of what we think our limit is at that time. And in that moment, everybody would understand despair. And if you can look at somebody going through the hardest time in their life, which is despair, and that they happen to grab a hold of the apron strings of give up, and then you can kick them rather than, shit, I have been so low that I have almost lost that much hope. I give gratitude that I did not sink that far, and the best option in this moment would to be show this somebody a little bit of kindness or hope. That would be the best. Then why do we not choose the best? Why not pick up a salad and bring it to that person? Like, picking up that salad is going to in some way endanger somebody, or hear them, talk with them, understand, have some understanding for others that are going through something that you probably shouldn't judge because you don't have the feeling of what they're going through, the weight that how they got there, or even the answer of what they've thought could possibly help them. And it's like nobody listens to anybody. It's this is the way. This is the way. It's the only way. And it's simply not. And if we can't have understanding when each other are going through despair, whenever it's our turn for despair, should we deserve understanding? Well, that goes along with the golden rule. And I think a lot of this has to do with you're having the opportunity to show what you would do in that position. And then you end up in that position, and maybe that memory pops up about how you had the opportunity to change another. And just their day, just one spark, just a glimpse of hope. You had that opportunity once upon a time. And what did you choose? And so maybe what you choose is what you can expect. Maybe that was just, they wanted you to set the bar so that whenever it was your turn, the bar was set by you, therefore there was no jury needed. You're the one that set it. So I haven't been grooving with a lot of the hatred coming through on even this platform, on the internet, in the world, on our government, on a worldwide campaign. I have not felt like these are good representations that we should be to one another. And so if I have been missing lately, it's not only that I am in a space where I need to pull back a bit. It is also that I am in a space that I am astonished. This is how humanity calls themselves. Like, that is the example of humanity that is being set. Yeah. And people, yeah. And people are willing to fight for that to be set. This is how we want history to write humanity as being set, that we will take out the most vulnerable, then we look better. Not if we actually work on solutions, but if we sanitize the view. That, as a mom, that's like a kid going in the room, shoving everything under the bed, and then folding what's in front. I've lost friends over this that have formed a friendship with me over the years on TikTok even. And I still can't back down from the right and wrong. And my confusion is instead in how another person can separate themselves from knowing right from wrong. And so I have pulled back quite a bit here on social media to sort through my own thoughts and feelings about the things going on. And those that I see pushing this and pushing the divide between all of us that are neighbors down here. We all live in these neighborhoods or on the street in your neighborhood because we came from one of the houses Like, nobody starts off homeless. You don't just, it doesn't just start that way. And everyone came from somewhere. There are stories to be told. There are stories to listen to. There are solutions that, as look how many brains we have. How big of a brain does that equal? So there are solutions we can come up with, and it doesn't have to be a harmful and demeaning process. It doesn't have to be hateful and divisionary. If you've ever reached a point where you thought, oh my goodness, this is my limit, I'm pulling my hair out, this is the end of the line, then how can you not have understanding when you see somebody at that limit? So my struggle is very much based in the example of humanity that we are writing for the future generations, to think that this is normal, to treat each other in this fashion, and then back it up when you see bad behavior. Okay, so you thought somebody was going to be the best candidate for the job? Okay, that's fine. But when they have a behavior that is not becoming of what you want the example of humanity to be with each other, call it out. Any other thing is worship. I do not feel as if I am aligning with the representation of humanity that is on stage representing us to the rest of the world, the universe, the cosmos, and God. Like, walk up to your boss when you go to work and you hand them your paycheck and your bank card, and you tell them, you know what, I'm just going to work here and you go ahead and handle the bills and stuff and order the groceries and everything. That's fine. That's fine. That's kind of like voting in the corporate interest to be the people's voice. Like, really? Do we not already know that they go hard for the money, for the jobs, for the things? Yes. And that's part of the allure, that they can bring in this money. Yes. But at the sacrifice of something. So who has the voice for the people if the giants are doing all the representing up on the hill that is to keep us at a place where we can come up with a bipartisan solution that equals a common ground and is beneficial and least destructive to both, because there are guardians on both sides with interests in who has voted them up there. The corporations don't go up there with all of their suits.
Okay, I'm fucking lost. I mean, I am confused as hell. I'm used to the I'm used to the word salad shit that she usually does. But is anyone else just as lost as I am? What the fuck is going on now that she's talking about? I mean, at first I thought I was kind of like flowing with it and thought I was understanding where this was going, and then I just fucking fell off. I don't I don't know what the hell is going on.
They find a person to represent them and they bring them to the front. Yes. Okay. And so we vote and we find a person to bring to the front. And these people meet up on the hill and bring the interests and what would be the betterment for the common grounds of each. So I don't even understand what is going on right now and how it's playing out. Like, these are common sense. You don't even... What I'm seeing happen in our government looks like when the WWE went to, or WWF went to E. And I don't know what to make of it. There's no possible way that this can all be real. There's no possible way that there is this much. If we are looking out for the interests of those we're here making, we make these babies, we grow them into children through our love, morals, and what we instill in them. And then they become adults, and they're the next generation to do so. And so why are we not looking out for the interests of the families, the people that we are bringing into this world, and voting for those interests to keep going with them for generations? Like, why are we already automatically jumping on the side of what these corporate interests are, when every time that they are over everything, we lose more freedoms? And it's to keep is on for both David and Goliath, for both the citizen, the people's land of which they pollute, endanger, and the reason why they get to continue in growth and were accepted, bring forth this we will not let this happen, stood up. And this fight ensued to make a common ground of meeting so that a bipartisan could go on in the benefit and interest. I am kindergarten level at this, but maybe that's what it takes, because this other stuff has turned into worse than the book club / coffee hen house meeting that has gone on. I can't believe what we're seeing is what is the representation of this land. What? And then there are just us down here in neighborhoods that, and then there are just us down here in neighborhoods that for all of our life have paid taxes, worked, done the things, raised our families, done all the stuff we were supposed to be doing. I had an accident. Boy, did that slow my life down. But here I am with time to now watch this all unfold. And I am telling you, days of our lives did not have better story plots than the U.S. government that is going on right now. I'm 52 years old.
When she first started the live, she was having some connection issues. It was lagging and stuff like that. So I do not know why the lips aren't matching with the sound. But whatever.
I've lived through ladies like this, and then so many of the common people that are losing their freedoms and rights just because they have some money in the bank right now. But I can't tell you how quickly that could fail. One accident, and you become one of those vulnerables. It's just a matter of time how long you can outweigh. Tell me how my mother worked all of her life, working for NASA even, and dies at 42. So where did the extra money she paid in and could never collect go? This happens all the time. It's not like everybody is living to 90. But many people are working to 69, to 70. Why? There are things that are wrong, and we need to start voting in integral people, people that understand there are things that just happen in life, and that are not trying to live off of the billions of dollars that they're taking from everyone everywhere. People that understand how to just live and want to see the betterment of society go. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd explain why I have not been on here. And it's been a lot of deep thinking and looking at what is going on in our life, in the world. I, for one, am not proud of what is happening. And I would love to see better start lifting the spirits of the people. I'm working on my granddaughter's pillow here. She got a couple holes in it. I think it would do a lot for everyone if we just figured out how to lift the spirits rather than ridicule, humiliate, outlaw. I don't even think that's been tried, has it? I believe in the 80s we did it once. I think probably every 40 years does it, finds a way to turn it around and lift the spirits of the people. I think we have a chance to do that. I know that things have to change because this is freeze night. Comment on the cold. I don't know what you mean by that. It yeah, it's starting to get cold lately. It's starting to get cold. I got a new mattress to sleep on. And so I'm no longer sleeping on those couch cushions. But those couch cushions were much better than the sleeping bag and backpack. And so it's one step at a time moving up, huh? I got a little bit of insulation in the walls for those of you that just got in here. I got a little bit of insulation in the back walls right now. I need to move this big vanity that I have my stove on, and it's got a few drawers for my things. So I can put insulation in the wall behind it. I just bought one big sheet of foam insulation because there was so much of a draft in here that even having an electric heater was like there was no heat in here at all. So I have cardboard to put in the windows. I have blankets hung up everywhere, all over the van. There's my closet. That's the back doors. I have this window lifted up right now so that I have some light in here. At night, I've been having to use the electric heater. Oh no! Oops. At night, I've been having to use the electric heater most nights. Last night, I didn't use it so much. I just kind of got under the blankets and used my breath and body heat. I have a nice, fluffy dog, too. See? Bella. Bella. She's not ready to get out of bed yet. I have to move. But we climbed up underneath there and got all warm with our body heat. But I don't have lights at nighttime that are bright enough to do video. And nighttime is when I'm usually not over there with the kids and grandkids. Since I'm here, I help watch the grandkids and give everybody a little bit of a break. And they feed me, and that's wonderful. And so, while we're working on the vans, before I can get out of here, which I hopefully can get out of here before it's frozen and snow here. In Missouri, it does freeze and snow, and I'm kind of curious about, I'm not even going to chance fate and say that, but it has not happened yet is a fact. And so I'm just going to go with that. It will be nice to drive out of here instead of just leave on foot in faith and believe in God that we're going to make it through it like I did last time. When you're at somebody else's house, there are standards that you have to go by, you know, to respect their rules and stuff like that. Don't be like the grandma that goes against the rules and lets kids do things, or don't be the grandma that's like, no, 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 no. And so you got to kind of find this balance of walking behind them and figuring out how they would do it and trying to mimic their ways. And then somehow they think that that's your ways, but it's not. And so you kind of feel a bit stifled. Plus, raising a family is like go, 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 and things all the time are happening. Since my spine surgeries, my body has had to slow down a lot. So I take things on in smaller chunks at a time and take many breaks. And with an active young family, there's not quite as much of that. So I kind of have to sneak off. It looks cozy. I kind of have padded. The mattress is only a twin size. So I have taken every pillow I can find and spare little blanket and patted the floor right next to it, because the cold comes up through the floor. Like, I didn't expect that. I mean, I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't expect that. The carpet has padding, so I kind of thought that would help, but it does not, absolutely. So it does feel a lot cozier, since the whole thing is kind of like one big bed right now, with me insulating the floor with everything I own, in an effort to keep it warmer inside here. I need to rework the front of it because that's got a pretty good draft coming through. But you only know after it's happening, so you kind of got to live through it a few nights and figure out what's happening and then go back and readjust it. It's a never-ending process. When you live like this, you're always trying to better the ingenuity jobs that you have just pulled off unsuccessfully, because there's got to be a better way. Oh, let me readjust. Oh, let me readjust. Sorry, guys. My spine gets pretty stiff whenever I'm just in one spot always. So I'm going to have to readjust the camera and everything. I'll figure it out. There's ways. Sit this here. Okay. I gotta finish sewing this. These walls push in whenever I lean on them, so that makes a cold draft. Even though I have foam insulation in here, it still has an area of just air back there, and so that gets quite a bit of a cold draft in there. And it's all from me pushing this board I lean against back. So I think I might have to like stuff that air pocket in there and see if I can't. There we go. What state are you in? I am in Missouri right now. I'm here. I came home to visit the grandkids and stuff. It was everybody's birthday, and I had a rolling suitcase. I had a backpack before that and quickly realized I cannot carry a backpack. So I got a rolling suitcase, and I made it back here with the help of a lot of viewers getting me.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. That's not why she said she needed to get back home when she was getting money for bus tickets and hotel rooms and all that. She didn't say that it was she wanted to get back to the grandkids and birthdays were coming up and all this stuff. Remember? She had to get back home because she had an injury in her shoulder. And she just couldn't go on anymore, and she needed to get Bella back home to safety with people that she knew so that the dog could stay with family while she went in to get her shoulder looked at and possibly surgery and all these things. Remember? Oh, far different story.
Bus tickets and following the journey and the highs and lows of what was going on at the time. And I got back here. It was my grandson's birthday in I think I had missed his, but it was my daughter's birthday in a day or two. And whenever we pulled up, they had the van, my daughter's old van, pulled out of the back, and had went through it and pulled all the siding and everything off, scrubbed it down, got all the rats pee and poop and the rain had been in it, so the mildew and mold and all the things out of it, and cleaned it up for me and got it down to bare carpet and walls. And they figured out the wiring problem that it had because the mice had chewed all the wiring apart as it sat in the field for 6 years. And yeah. And I was so excited. I couldn't believe that my daughter and both grandkids kept it a secret for a 2-hour ride back here. And then we pulled up and they're like, surprise! I was like, how'd y'all pull that off? So it does need a few things. It runs. It does run and drive, but it doesn't have a driver's seat. It needs a battery. It needs a battery, and what does this thing keep saying? It says AI, freeze night, join the fun. What does that mean? Hi, Tootsie Pop. Oh, you're just gonna have to jump in somewhere and hang out if you want to, and dip out if you don't want, or if you don't want to hang out. I've been doing this in many different ways for a while, but I I found a voice whenever I was doing this in just speaking one-on-one to people I would run into along the journey. And in that path, I learned a lot of different stories that all kind of had a common denominator at the end. And it was like, oh, is it? Okay, but it was like, well, it's trying to do sympathy votes and shit, and I'm just not about that. If it comes up in conversation, then that's the thing. Oh, where was I? Now I lost my track of mine. But I found people along the way, and their stories were quite similar, just they all started a bit different. But the ending always ended with the same things, and I never thought it would be me type stuff. And a lot of people have thought about it through the time that they've been struggling to just survive, like just human survival, basic survival, like how to eat, how to get water, where to go pee, clothing, warmth, a place to cool down in the summer, you know? Right, and there are so many out there that are. And then there are so many more that think it could never happen to them. Well, it happened to me. And so never, that was my first sign I would fly whenever I first hit the road, is like, I never thought it could happen to me. Yep, that was my sign. I stood out there looking like everybody going to work with my face going, and a sign that said, I didn't think it could happen to me. No, their home is full. There are children there, and there is a maximum occupancy to something like that. And so, no, this is my home. Whenever I leave here, this will be my home. And so staying in it does help me perfect how to insulate, how to set it up, and things like that while I'm here, where I can go inside and get warmed up, and I can go in there and visit, sit on the couch, things like that. I just don't have I have had 3 spine surgeries, so I need a place that I can lay down and rest my spine for myself. And there's not a spot in there for me to do that. And so this is my comfort space too. Cold or not, I do have a propane and a stove, but at nighttime you can't just leave those going, that inside and propane and ventilation, you have to know the combination here. And so you don't go to sleep with things like that on. You have to wake up throughout the night, which is a sleep disturbance, which means you don't get a complete night's sleep. Oh no, Tommy. No, Tommy. See, I think you've been here for a while, but I don't know if you remember the beginning of being here. Through these spine surgeries over 14 years, I was prescribed things like Oxycontin, Percocet, morphine, things like this. And I have been clean and sober now for, since 23. And this is, it's almost 26. Look at me go. And so, no, we don't do that. We just don't, we separate. Yeah, the highest chance of survival is to not do that. And so what I do is, instead of doing something like that, I've turned my focus to distracting my pain with the good that bubbles through me when I associate with others that share a common energy when we interact. It's just for no reason. It's nobody is trying to get something from anybody else. Yeah, can you hear her barking? This is my Bella. Bella dog. Bella dog. Are you barking at the chickens? Oh no! So this can happen quite a bit. Sorry, I have the thing wedged in a drawer, and the drawer is not really meant for that. Bella and I have been together for like 10 years. And so Bella is definitely my she's how to center point, how to ground me. I do spend an awful lot of time out here alone since I've been here, and we live in the middle of nowhere. Well, she lives in the middle of nowhere, and so the nearest town is like 30 minutes away, and I have no vehicle that's running because we're still trying to figure out how to get the money to replace the few things that need replaced and then to get it legal. Hi, I'm from Missouri too. Well, I'm in Missouri. I'm from Texas. But this is where we are. It's funny because I've kept coming back to Missouri since 2006 whenever we were PCS'd out here in the military. Oh, my shoulder. Shit, my shoulder. I'm using my shoulder all the time. I'm using it. But it's like whenever it tries to rotate, it's got something in there that pushes my arm in another direction. We're doing okay. Yeah, it is cool in Missouri today. I bought a sheet of insulation though. Bonnie had gifted me money that I was going to use to get either the battery or the seat, and then I held on to it for so long and it started to get cold. It froze next night it was calling for a freeze. So I was like, oh boy, I better do something. So we went to Lowe's. I got a sheet of the foam insulation and I started stuffing it in like the doors and in the side walls here. I still have one more side wall because I can't move the vanity, but I have that piece of insulation. I just need to get somebody out here to help me move the vanity. That's difficult. It's difficult to get anybody to just help me, and because so much is going on in a busy family's life that they're always doing something, and it's lovely to come here and visit. This is not my pace though, nor my mission anymore. I graduated to grandma, and that means I need to step it up, not stay here. The parents got the raising, and there's a bigger front that the grandparents need to go and figure out that is affecting our kids, like the entire United States that we're leaving them right now looks like days of our lives. And that is never the best of signs for any kind of anybody that is using leverage over others. When pinched in a corner is the wrong time for that person to be in charge of other life forces. Yeah, because they will take the whole ship down. But anyway, enough about the politic world that has been keeping me here in my head going, God, is this real? Could this possibly just be like more of that like World W entertainment thing happening? Like, is this like really just all televised and it's just not real? like this is the new type of like show, Apprentice or something. Like there are a lot of people being fired left and right and all the things going down, people being nasty and raunchy, and they should be taken down. And then there's just all the chaos and confusion in between about why don't you want them to go down, and why are you supporting this person whenever we got this much stuff. And it's like, oh my goodness, could this be real? It is. It's really happening, guys. We need to really start voting in interests that support our children and our future generations of people that are being stomped on by these corporate greed giants. And they're insatiable, so they'll never have enough. You can't keep feeding it because it is not going to be have a sensation of ever having enough. It's to top the next tier. There are goals in their lines, and that's how they get where they get, is because these goals are the ultimate driving force power. And our driving force power shows because we put our time into supporting the society that would run the government, because our families that we're putting our time, effort, energy, money, all of the things into need that backbone so that they're less burdened, and the distribution is happening automatically to do the things it needs to be doing. And instead, what we're seeing is total chaos. Like, nobody's got a grasp on any freaking situation up there. And, oh my, you can't make heads or tails of who's lying, who's cheating, who's supporting the other ones. And it almost looks like they should all just be taken down, replaced with integral, somebody that has shown integrity in the things they do before placing them in there. So you go look into them. Like, that's why we have all these CIAs and everything, investigators and stuff like that. Send them out to do the job of the people that may be integral, and then offer those people that spot, because at least then you drained the swamp by removing everybody, put on new, fresh ideas, integrity positions for people that have already shown integrity and where their heart and soul are guiding them, the path that they are guided along. Like, if they are in support of the people, or if they are in support of the corporation. I'm not saying don't do that. I think that they're going to need their own voices, but that's why we had two wings that meet up in the governing body. Like, I don't understand why we would vote only the interests of corporate industries, the billionaires that already have all that they need, that can buy all of the voices that they need. The people that don't have the voice are the people that are standing here watching all this go down, so we get to witness that this is not the way. Like, if there is a fact among us, the fact is whatever is happening now is not the way. That's not the way. Yeah. None of you would let this kind of chaos happen in your house. Or if you had a little store, if this chaos was going down, you would be like, absolutely not. You're not taking me with you. You're not taking my family and future generations with you. Absolutely not. But if it's the government that runs the entire United States, I mean, it's not like it's that important. What? I just fought my entire life to raise family and kids upon kids. Since I have been 7 years old, I have been the older sister. So I raised the first family, and then I raised my family, and now here we are. There's a third generation going on, and things are not looking good for what we're leaving them in the hole of where they're living, and we got to do something. Yeah. So grandma no longer means that we get to play with the grandkids and just sit there and absorb and enjoy the innocence that comes into life, no matter how much sassiness they may have. But now, the mission has gotten bigger, Grandma and Grandpa's. So we graduate into protecting our children and families on a bigger front here, and we have to bring in better for their futures, because we can absolutely see what is going on is not what we would let into our homes. So start putting up there what you would let into your front door. If you won't let them in your front door, do not vote for them. Yep. I have a suggestion. If they have backed anybody that you would not leave with your children, if they have backed anybody that you would not leave with your children, stop backing them too. Would you leave them with your children? Are you going to, what did they call it now? I almost said the wrong thing. I'm not allowed to say that right now. Are you going to FAFO? No, not with your children. So why would we do it with what we're leaving them to govern them, when we can see the freedoms shrinking, when we can see the corporate overture engulfing those freedoms, encroaching upon personal freedoms? Then change it. Start standing up and speaking. We all have a voice. You're right here on this platform. That means you got a platform. We have something that they have yet to shut down. Yep. I don't know. I've just been getting on here talking. This is just grandma's talk, mom talk. I'm just a graduated mom here. I might not have graduated with aces in the hole. Matter of fact, I know I didn't. But mom talk is, this is bullshit, and we can't leave it. We cannot leave them here like this. It's just not okay. And if we listen to them, then we'll hear what they want. And since they're all at work right now, and some of us are just disabled or have gone through hard times, have a little bit of free time, let's start speaking the voice that our children would also like to hear. Yeah, it's them that we're leaving it. Maybe there are some things that we have a bigger voice on, but they have a voice. And if we work together, then how big that voice would be. And they're the ones we're leaving it to. So they may not have it all down, but they know that they don't want this, I call it bullshittery. It makes it sound so fancy. I am 52. The AI just jumped in and said, sad world discussion. Share your thoughts. It's almost like they're hearing this. Are you listening again, AI? Sorry, my shoulder. Oh, no. There are some people that will just try to trash you down. And whenever you cause a separation with them because you put your foot down and you're like, no, I will not accept this bullshittery. And so you just block them. You're just like, I don't want the drama. And so you be the bigger person and just stop all drama so that you're not fighting back and forth and giving energy to it. These people will create a whole nother count, track you down just to say that you're drama. Is that not amazing? Am I married? So, funny story. I am not married, documentized in, as far as I know, I'm not. But I have been on this mission with God lately, and so I haven't really been dating or anything like that either. So I'm very celibate, and I'm saving myself until, I don't know, somebody has a brain that comes along and talks to me instead of, hey, baby, you're cute, because I don't respond well to that. There's nothing left at the end of that. And would I ever date a 27-year-old? I don't understand why I would need to. I mean, I have entertained the thought and maybe even dated one before, but, you know, if you do something and then you find out the differences that are there, like, this is how I came to the knowledge that you can't just be out there dating everybody and trying to find love. It's just something that's going to come along and tap you, I guess. You'll bump into the right person along the way or something. I don't know, but however I was doing it isn't the right way because I'm single. Do you know what that means? That means that all the other things didn't work out. So whatever I thought it was or how it was supposed to go down, that's not the right way. It doesn't work out that way. So I learned from the things in the past, which is what I'm supposed to do. I believe it's what we're all supposed to do. So, no, if I can't hold a conversation with somebody and there isn't more than, hey, baby. Oh, and my all-time favorite, I don't know why it sets a fuse off in me to just see the word sugar daddy or somebody claiming to be daddy. And it's an immediate response. I sometimes just hit block so that I don't have to deal with the buffoonery. And, you have 14. You're ahead of me. Here I have 2. I have 4 altogether. My son refuses to have children right now. I think that's a probably good plan for him. Actually, I think that's a good plan for many. 7 kids and 14 grandchildren. Oh, I had stepsons, and I don't know how many they have. The grandkids grow a lot faster than my kids did. Yeah, I just go away for like 6 months and then I come back and they already freaking aged like ginormous. My grandson last year shot up over a foot. He's as tall as I am. He's 13. He wears a size 13 shoe. Yeah, but the problem is that I'm not interested in looking for somebody to date. See? So even if it's approached like that, I just don't have an interest in it. If it's a conversation and we click it off and things are shot out that way, that's different. But to go out and no, I'm just not interested. Now I've got a mission. I've got a path. I'm okay with that. I just need to get back out on my path. I'm trying to put this sleeping bag over my legs because it's chilly today. I would rather carry on my mission, and if somebody doesn't come along that is on a mission that is parallel to that, I'm not going to quit my mission to be a part of their life. And so their mission in life and mine would have to parallel to work out in that. Like, we would have to have something that would go together. And so I am looking for someone that is on a similar belief path as I am, on a similar journey of expansion to better society as a whole, even with just my tiny little voice. I hope that many others of you take your tiny voice and get on this platform and please start speaking. Start speaking about your experiences in life. Start speaking about your love or your trust for something or your disgust for something. Start speaking. Get your voice out there. It is our voices combination that is waking people up to go, how did that many people vote for that? Whenever I've got this many people on here as a majority and everybody's saying, nah, that's not what happened. So be out there, be present, get your voice heard, get your story heard. Others have gone through those things or are going through those things. You could help mentor them during that time, even if you don't want to be. Just your story could mentor them. Not that you have to answer questions or anything like that. Just your story out there could help somebody when they're going through it. That story pops in their mind of how you succeeded past your hardest point, how you succeeded to create your empire, how you succeeded to get out of an abusive situation, how you succeeded in getting your children back, how you succeeded in overcoming could be a testimony that helps the next person not give up. And so get your voice out there. Don't try to take other people's voice down. Call out the bullshittery whenever you see it, yes, but don't go out of your way trying to take down the common person just telling their damn story to help the next person who may be going through it. Hard times aren't always pretty. I have to move again. Thank you for the heart me. Oh, and a lightning bolt. Thank you, guys. Yes, I don't appreciate the fast approach of men in that form. I believe in more the gentlemanly approach, and I just simply have not met any of those. And so that's how few and far between those are. So if I was thinking if a guy wanted to stand out nowadays, maybe going back to being a decent human being, I mean, a person that is not belittling of, I mean, that treats women like they're equal parts. I mean, if we went back to some morals, virtues, and values, maybe I would be more responsive of this. And I hear this over and over echo through the women's network of voices here and there. And I can tell you right now that the egotistical man is losing the battle on all of these ladies, because we are so tired of not having a voice. We are so tired of just being treated like next. And having to keep the guard up because so many go, oh, baby, I'm not like that. Next. And so you're just like, what a bother. You spend years invested in somebody and then they're out with somebody else because next. And it's just like, why I'm going to put my time into my future. My future is to do a better future for my kids and grandkids who are about to inherit this future. And what God gave me is what I have left. I have a voice. And so I may have been in an accident that caused 3 spinal surgeries and slowed my entire life down. But this platform and many others, if I do choose so go ahead and threaten this one. I'll just keep my voice and go to another. But if many others, I'm just going to keep speaking, and I'm going to use my voice to get where I'm going. I've talked to lots of people. I'm going to continue to talk to people because apparently talking is my gift. And my passion is finding right from wrong out there in the world and just going, really? What were you thinking? Like, really? Is that how you want to be treated? So how you just treated that person because you have a badge is how you want you and your family to be treated when you're not wearing that badge. So once that badge is gone, that's acceptable for everyone else. Once your title is gone, that's acceptable for everyone else to treat you like. You're setting these rules, not me. You're the one showing others how you'll treat another person, not me. I'm just calling out the bullshittery. So I'm just going to keep talking. Yeah, but you don't have to just, I mean, what we have to do is be the example we want to see. Okay? Like, that's it. We just need, they're not listening to you, but they're watching you. Everything that's going down, they see it, they take it in. And so if you are what you're saying, and this awakening is affecting so many of us, then why are we not out there being that example rather than talking that example online? Why is it not in our everyday to bring the spark back in another person here in humanity, rather than decide that those that have the least amongst us are the ones that we should target to take down, those that are vulnerable, those that have worked their entire lives away and now are living on Social Security and barely making a living enough to just cover their bare natural needs. So it's confusing what is going on today. And yet saying things like, I hope them 20-year-olds are woke up. Shit, almost nobody's doing it right, but I hear a lot of people talking about the right thing to do. So maybe if we all get out here and we all start shouting this voice, and if the problem is our voice isn't being heard, then we all shout our little voice at the same time. We can be a megaphone and get it all out there, get the voices heard, make a change for this. Thank you guys for all the likes and the tapping on the screen. I know I've been gone for 2 weeks, but it has taken me some time to sort through my mind processes about what's going on. And
her last live was November 1st. Today is the 20th. It's been 3 weeks. Okay. I do have to say that her hair looks much better. She cut her bangs. Why does she not interact with her chat? Oh, before, when all those people were throwing money and gifts and stuff, boy, she read her chat then.
And also to deal with my own personal temper tantrum about, I don't want to be in one spot. I have things I need to go do. I have to talk to the people. We have to associate. I need to absorb the stories. I need to know their solutions to these stories. Are there common solutions that people are thinking all at the same time? Is there a common ground on how they all got here? So there's a bottomless hole that people are falling through to fall down onto the asphalt? Is there not a safety net in place? Where should there be a safety net in place? These are all things we can think about, and that we can all put our heads together and get on here as a round table and talk about these solutions together. And even if they're up there, if we're throwing out better solutions, maybe then we expose the corrupt bullshittery going on already. And if our solutions are better than their solutions, maybe then the attention falls to who is making the better solutions, and we put them up there in the places where they need to be to make this bullshittery stink less. Start getting power washed. If you drain the swamp, would not everything fall down in the swamp? All right, so make a clean slate until we can go through it, through our legal justice system. Everybody was sworn into office, so everybody is entitled to a fair investigation and all of the pursuits afterwards. And so why don't we let those back in that, I mean, they swore an oath to office and therefore signed to be the glass house in representation in office because they are the voice of the people who voted for them. If I'm correct. They are the voice of those that voted for them, right? We vote because we align most with that candidate, correct? So that just makes sense to me. And I'm going to be on here telling y'all what makes sense to me. This is just Tracey's Talk. Welcome to my room. I hope that y'all go off to Hello Roosevelt. Yeah, I'm about to change my name back. People don't even notice me anymore. I changed my name to a very self-empowered goddess that in her own right took back everything that had been once stripped, raped from her, and pillaged from her. And she reclaimed that with no help on her side, just by standing in her own power. Kind of like liberty. It's just a different traditional deity. She was my first connection as a kid. Whenever you're sent to a corner and you're me as a kid, that means you rock back and forth and you meditate, so you connect. And so Oya was my first connection in life. And this is like a watch me stand. There's stories behind things. Get to know people. I love that you've been here so long, Roosevelt. At least you got some justice. I'm not sure. What justice is that? Oh. Okay, it had some kind of block on the comments, guys. I just fixed it. I don't know, maybe something reset. Oh, you too, Debbie. I think I lost Bonnie, though, in the couple weeks that I took 2 weeks off. And I just needed time to reset myself. I hope that's not why I lost Bonnie. I really love Bonnie. And I don't see that Rita is on either. All right, I sent an invite out, and I haven't done that yet. Man, I can't believe I lost Bonnie. That just breaks my heart. And it was just, I hope it wasn't just because of I wasn't on. Hopefully it was that we just had a difference of opinion on something and she didn't feel like she could talk to me about it. That breaks my heart too, though. So hopefully it's not that. And feel like she could talk to me about it. That breaks my heart too, though. So hopefully it's not that. All right, I have to though. So hopefully it's not that. All right, I have to adjust again. Hey, it got a little. Oh, I know, I hurt. It's okay. It's okay. She doesn't like that sound. She's been with me for 10 years, so she's heard the owls before. Oh, they didn't come in. Okay. Sorry, I gotta get some more thread to finish sewing her pillow. Uh-oh. Alright, let me find the lighter so I can cut this in half. Well, I guess I'm not sewing right now. I'm going to take a break since I can't get the line pulled apart. She brought me this little pillow right here, my granddaughter. And she's like, help! It is broken. And so I sewed it up on this side and then I flipped it over and the other side is just as bad. And then I think there's even a dog hole right here. I don't know who gave it to her, but she is unwilling to lose this pillow. Alright guys, well I guess I'm gonna get off here and probably go get a cup of coffee and get moving. And probably also get dressed for the day. I can't just run around in a ball gown, nightgown thing all day. I will probably be back. Today I have a day off. My son-in-law is home, and so I have a day that I can just kind of chill. It was beautiful to talk to you too. Thank you everybody for coming in. Please like and share, or please like and follow so that you can meet me back here next time and we'll have another good conversation. Hopefully more people get into the discussion and talk with me about it instead of just me talking alone. And thank you for coming in and breaking up the little bit of mundane there, Debbie. Oh, and Tommy Roosevelt. Oh, I guess I had a few people talk. Hi, Liberty.